Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do around the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Yesterday we did drop our NBA player of the day. Hey, them T-Wolves is here, man. They have arrived. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard for me to shake up on the things that we know are true. Just because the Nuggets lost game one in Denver still does not mean, in my mind, that they don't go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. I just think it was a bad stretch of basketball, and Minnesota took advantage of that and was able to propel that into a nice road win to start the series. Um, of course, per usual, the entire internet got to overreacting. I saw Timberwolves in four, Timberwolves in five. All this shenanigans. Pump the brakes, fam. These are very long series. This series right here, that Minnesota Denver, 9 times out of 10 is going to be a 7 game series, in my opinion. And I still got the Nuggets pulling that thing out, man. They are the defending champs. And I think they still are the better team with the better player on their team in Nikola Jokic. Bad stretch. Shout out to T-Wolves. They got it done, stole game one. We'll see if they can steal game two and make it really, really interesting heading back to Minnesota. But, hey, before we continue to talk about round two, we have to conclude round one today, man. Game 7. The best words in sports, man. We got Cavs and the Magic, man, going at it in Cleveland, man. Winner goes home. Winner moves on. I love this shit, man. And y'all know the drill. We finna cook it up and try to smash it per usual. I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that continue to tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter and Instagram all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be on playback for this Cleveland-Orlando game. I'm going to put the link for it in the description below. Playback, all I'm doing, I'm going to be live watching the games, and you guys can watch the game live with me. This game is at noon here in Dallas, so if you want to watch the game with me, I'm going to be sitting right here on the couch watching the game live on playback. You guys can tune in, join the room. I could pop some of you on the screen. We could chat, all those things of that nature. Should be fun. So join me on playback again. I'll put the link for that in the description below. But today, money making Sunday, just one game for to cook it up and try to smash it per usual. So without further ado, man, let's do exactly that. Let's make some money today, and let's hop right into today's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get her done. First game up, only game up. We got the Orlando Magic out on the road facing the Cleveland Cavs. Cavs, 3.5-point home favorites here in this thing. We all know this series right here has been home dominated. The home team has won every single game in the series. They've covered all but one game here in this series. As I said in the intro, man, the best 2 words in all of sports, no matter what sport, hockey, NBA, Major League Baseball, the best 2 words in sports is Game 7. Because Game 7 means these two teams are very, very even matched. And somebody got to go home. Somebody moving on. So these Game 7s, man, you usually get the best on the best. And I think that's what we're getting here today. It's been an up and down series, man. I thought at home the Magic defensively looked really, really good. That was the key reason why I thought they had been so dominant at home. And not only in this series, but all season long. You could kind of see their defensive intensity pick up when they were at home at the crib. The final scores for the Magic when they were at home, they held Cleveland to 83, held Cleveland to 89, and held Cleveland to 96. Held them under 100 in all 3 games in Orlando. In Cleveland, the first game, they held them to 97. Problem is they only had 83. The second game, they held them to 96, but they only scored 86. Cleveland did score 104 in the last one in Cleveland. I lean towards the under in this game. All 6 games in this series, I feel like have been defensive style games. And game 7, I think, there's way less room for error. You get less possessions than you usually get. I feel like the hoop is smaller than it is the entire series. Not really, but when that pressure is starting to mount, that's what it feels like. This total is super low for a reason. 195.5 is the total. But I think it's that low for a good reason. I like the under here in this game. I think this is going to be similar to game 1 and game 2 in Cleveland. Defensive style games, not a whole lot of scoring. 97-83 was the score in the first one. 96-86 was the score in the second one. I think we're looking at something very similar here in game 7. I'm rolling with the Magic as well, man. I know the home teams have dominated this series. I know. And I know the Magic on the road have not been nearly as good as they've been at home all season long. But I've been consistent in this series, the whole series. I thought that it was going to be a pretty home-dominated series, and I said Orlando has to only steal one. They came really close to stealing game 5, man. End up losing that game 104-103, a 1-point loss in Cleveland. Look, if the Magic can replicate the defensive pressure that they have put on Cleveland in the last couple games, I really wholeheartedly believe they win this game. It starts with slowing down Donovan Mitchell. We saw Donovan Mitchell have a monster fourth quarter in that last game, in the game 6, but he was the only person on Cleveland to score a bucket in that fourth quarter. That cannot happen. That cannot happen, man. I don't trust the pieces around Donovan Mitchell. Short, sweet, simple. I don't trust Mobley, Allen, or Garland. All these guys came up short last year in the postseason. We saw the quotes coming out of that first round series that they lost to the Knicks. The lights were too bright. Well, game 7, my boy, the lights is going to be just as bright. And I don't think Cleveland can get it done. I honestly believe this is Donovan Mitchell's last game in a Cleveland Cavs jersey. And I'm rolling with the Orlando Magic to pull the upset, finally avenge their demons out here on the road this series, and beat the Cleveland Cavs. I've said the whole series, I think the Magic are the better team. I think they match up really well with Cleveland. Slow down Donovan Mitchell in this game, and I think the Magic win it. Magic offensively does leave some things to be desired, especially on the road. That's the one piece in this that's concerning. A younger team on the road, game 7, is concerning. But their defense is what gives me the want to bet them. I like how they be playing defensively, and defense wins championships. Defense wins big games. All this game is going to take is a half-off shooting night from Donovan Mitchell, which I think is very, very plausible. Here in our last and only game of the day, I'm on the under 195.5, and I like the Orlando Magic to win this thing outright. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam Session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that continue to tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to do playback for this game 7 here at 12. So if you know what that is, join me. I'm going to put a link for it in the description. We're watching the games together. That's all we're doing. I'm watching the Magic Cavs game live on playback. You guys should tune in and watch. Again, I'll put the link in the description. But Money Making Sunday. Again, the 2 best words in sports. Game 7. We just cooked it up, man. Hopefully we smash it per usual. I appreciate you boys and girls more than you know. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. Money Making Sunday. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here.